Welcome, Capricorn. This is your monthly focus for April 2016. My name is Telly, and this is Tarot with Telly. And before we get to your energy, let me thank you for your energy that you send to me each and every day. The positive, loving, supportive energy. Thank you so much for all of it. You guys rock. Thank you. Now, let's get to you. We start with the Knight of Wands. So it's kind of like you are at a midpoint here. I think this is going to be a slower month for you. Now, there could be some very beautiful times. Don't get me wrong. But it's almost like a reflective month of looking at where you have traveled. Okay, with the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands brings in messages and whatnot, but it's really, you're looking back on what you have accomplished, what you haven't accomplished, taking stock, being thankful that you've made it to this point in time, and then asking for the manifestation of the things that you want going forward this month. And that is where your energy is best suited. That is where you really need to put your focus on what you've been through, where you are now, and where you want to go going forward. We have the Page of Pentacles right next to it, so it just further amplifies the first card. Now, here you hold this pentacle like it's a crystal ball, trying to see into the future, trying to see the new paths forward, understanding the courage that you're going to have to instill in order to go down certain paths. And if you expect the answers this month, you're not going to get them, okay? You are surrounded in fog here. Your path is completely covered in fog ahead of you. There's no way of knowing how things will work out. So you peer into this coin, you peer into this crystal ball, trying to see your future forward, what you want to manifest, what you want to create, who you want to become. Now, when you came into the month, actually, you come into the month with the Emperor energy, okay? So it's being very decisive. It's being very plan-oriented. It's being able to lay the footsteps of where you want to walk. It's understanding a lot of what you want to create. It's making the plan. It's expecting success in the plan. So this month might actually throw a little bit of a curveball because the energy really isn't supporting that plan that you have laid in place or what you want to lay in place. Okay, but you still do have focus here. You still do have drive, but now look at the fog here again, okay? So I think this is a month where you really need to now look at the plan that you have devised for yourself, understand it, understand what it's going to take, understand where the balance might not be in play, how to work your routine around certain things. Your focus is on the path forward. But I almost see those horses stopping or rearing back. They're not in this forward motion, or at least I'm not getting the connection of a forward motion that I normally get with the Chariot card. I see the moon, I see the fog, I see the birds. So it is taking the time to understand the path forward, the path that you are stepping into, so that you are well prepared for when the energy tells you fast forward. I think like 50% of the planets are in retrograde actually this month for us. So that doesn't help at all. It's actually going to make time seem a little bit slower for a lot of us. You know how some months it's like, oh my gosh, the month is gone. I think this month it's going to be a little slower in its pace just because of the retrograde planets. We have the Hangman. Once again, this is taking it back a step. Okay, meditation, prayer, understanding where the balance needs to be in your life, where your focus needs to be, what obligations and responsibilities you have on your plate, which ones are needed, which ones need to go. You kind of get this breather energy before you're going to go forward. So this is the time to work out the details. This is the time to understand exactly what you want, to make sure that you don't have things in there that aren't necessary or they're going to waste your energy or your time or your resources. And then we have the Six of Wands, so opportunities coming in. And this could be a lot of new opportunities showing up at your doorstep. Now, here's the problem is a lot of these cards are telling you to look towards the future, and this card is saying you got to stay in the now, because if you're looking too far in the future all the time, you're not going to see the now, and you're not going to realize the opportunities that surround you right now. So you need to almost set time aside to meditate, to pray, to dream about where you want to go, what you want to create, where your next steps are going to land. And with new opportunities, I mean, that could be a game changer for you. Now, about mid-month, we have the Three of Cups, which means good news coming in that causes celebration, okay? If the very minor energy of this card is getting together with people, enjoying fun and giggles and laughter and letting your hair down and enjoying life and staying in the moment and celebrating your friends, love, joy, happiness. And then it goes to the extreme of extremely good news coming in that wants you to just celebrate, to run to the top of the mountain, shout it to the world. You're so excited and so charged up. So how this energy will play out for you will depend on where you are in your path. But there is room for celebration. There is room for happiness. There is room for joy. Stay in the now. Enjoy the laughter and the giggles. We don't get a lot of energies, especially for a monthly energy. I think that's going to be probably mid-month for you, where you really need to just relax and enjoy life and allow the pace that the universe is offering you at the time, and not try and push through that energy, even though I think you want to. I think you're ready to go forward, and I don't think you like hearing that you're going to be held back a little bit in your approaches. But it's to give you that clarity and that true understanding to go forward. You know, if you want to jump the gun, then chances are you're going to have to just go back and fix whatever you jump. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to waste your energy. So relax a little bit, enjoy life a little bit, understand exactly where you want to go. Now, in saying all that, how people are seeing you this month, okay? So when people look in at your life and try and create a picture for themselves, they see somebody who needs to take time out to rest, to relax, to recuperate. They see somebody who has been going long and hard on their dreams, on their path forward, in what they want to create, in who they want to become. And they see somebody that needs the time out. They see somebody that needs to recharge their batteries, to take a breather, to enjoy life a little bit. So when your friends tell you that you look a little tired, chances are you do look a little tired. Now, as we go towards the end of the month and into next month, May, we've got the Six of Swords is our first card here. So based on our wisdom, we can now start to go forward. And it's going to be hard work. And it may be even slow going because we don't have a motor there. We have a stick. We don't even get a paddle. We don't get an oar. We get a stick. So we know that it's going to be slow. It's going to be tedious at the beginning until like the current grabs us and starts moving us forward again, right? For now, we have a stick. But we are going forward. Even if it doesn't feel like you're going forward, you're going forward. And we have the Eight of Cups and the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, I kind of get a giggle because, you know, you guys are like bouncing off the walls by now, right? You want to go forward so bad. You want to step into new experiences. And I mean, that is the Eight of Cups. It's also a card symbolizing travel. So maybe it's a good time towards the end of the month to take a little break and take a little trip. Maybe use your energy planning that trip. But you got to watch this Page of Swords energy, because she just wants to get everything moving forward. And so quite often we will knee jerk and we will do something a little bit erratic, a little bit spontaneous, to just get everything in motion, to get some energy from somebody, to get a reaction from somebody, to start moving in a direction, any direction at this point. And you're probably going to backfire if you use this energy. So be careful with it, okay? You may just want to take that little trip, that little side trip, okay? And just, because sooner than later, you're going to have to start moving forward, and I think at a rapid clip. So you want to use this downtime right now to recharge your battery, to align your path forward, to know exactly what you want to do, to re-investigate or to weigh out your options. For love, relationships, we have the King of Pentacles and the Sun. So, I mean, you know, this is a time to turn your energy to family, to loved ones, to feel the grounding with being surrounded by people you love, close relationships, to feel the joy in the relationships. If you're looking for somebody, it's going to be somebody that empowers you, brings in new ideas, new ways of looking at things, but they're going to be very traditional in their approaches. They might be from a very traditional style background. Nothing too radical, very smooth and steady. Somebody very grounded. For work, career, money, finances, we have the Ten of Wands and Temperance. I think a balance can come in this month. A strong balance can come in this month. But you know how it comes in? By figuring out what opportunities really are in our lives and what is deadwood. And figuring out what needs to be left behind, what obligations, responsibilities we need to clear off our plates, so that we can stand up strong, so that we can go forward with a solid strength. That brings in the balance. That brings in the energy to move forward. For spirituality, we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. You know, I want you to think back when you were a kid, and if there was any kind of religious or spiritual practice that, you know, maybe your parents drug you to church every Sunday or something, or to the synagogue, or whatever your religion might have been, if there was a religion, or maybe there was a lack of it, but you kind of look back in the past and it's almost like you were adopting not the step-by-step, but adopting a part of it. Maybe it was just giving thanks before a meal that you start to incorporate back into your life. It's something from the past, spiritually, that you bring to the present and start to do. So you would have to look at your childhood and understand, you know, and I don't think it's like taking it full force and doing everything that you did when you were a child, when it comes to religion or your spiritual practice. But I think that you take something from your childhood and you start to incorporate it this month into your routine, into your life going forward. Maybe it was reading scripture, maybe it was, you name it. Everybody has a different path, everybody has a different approach, and everybody's parents had a different approach still. So, but there's something that you kind of go down memory lane and you remember this one part that always seemed special or unique, or it gave you comfort, or it gave you stability. And so you incorporate that into your today life. Maybe it was a nighttime prayer. I don't know. You do. Think about it. For health, well-being, we have the Queen of Wands and the Seven of Swords. Okay, first of all, don't let stresses get to you. Okay, because stress can come out in a variety of ways health-wise, and we don't want that. Um, and especially, you know, if you're hearing rumors about yourself, or people are talking ill of you, or people are giving you the cold shoulder, just don't pay any attention to that. Who cares what they think? You know what you are. You know who you are. And don't buy into that hogwash, because it'll just weigh you down. And you don't need that. Now, the Queen of Wands, she's the quiet one in the deck. She is a very creative, beautiful energy. She is also a diplomat, and she thinks things through long and hard. And you may be looking at your life and thinking about some health choices that you want to incorporate into your life. Don't just jump into it. Research it, ask validating questions, understand if it'll fit in your routine, and then make the decision on how to go forward. It's almost like you are packing your toolkit here of how to go forward with a better vitality, a more enriched way of living, something that is sustainable, something that is long term, especially if you are facing health problems right now. Just don't, read about a treatment and decide that's what I'm going to do. Research it, ask the questions, understand it in its entirety, and then make a decision on it, and you will make the right decision going forward when it comes to your health, when it comes to your well-being. So until we meet again, remember, I do love you.